Margaret had just turned 80. All her life, she had been the quintessential mother, the devoted wife, and the warm heart of every family meal. In her younger days, her laughter echoed throughout their small home, a sound as comforting as a summer breeze. But as time flowed on, things changed. Her children grew up, busy with their own lives, their own families. And then the profound silence came, when her husband of over 50 years, her anchor, her companion, passed away. The familiar house now felt strangely quiet. There were no longer excited calls of "Mom!" No morning hand squeezes, no one asking if she'd slept well. Margaret never complained. It wasn't her nature. But every morning, she woke up feeling a profound emptiness, as if a part of her very being had simply vanished. It was a silent ache, a hollow space in her chest that words couldn't quite fill, until one day she opened an old drawer, dusty with forgotten memories, and pulled out a well-worn notebook and a simple pen. And then she began to write. Every single morning. Just a few lines. But that simple habit brought about a miracle she never could have imagined. In the beginning, Margaret didn't know what to write. The blank pages seemed to mock her. She started with the mundane. She wrote about the weather, about a fleeting dream from the night before, or even about the simple rice porridge she had just cooked. Sometimes, a childhood memory would surface, vivid and clear, like watching her grandmother mend clothes on the porch, or the scent of jasmine blooming in the garden. She meticulously recorded each small detail, as if fearing they might vanish forever if not written down. Then, she found a new way to connect. She started writing to her late husband. These weren't laments, but rather everyday conversations, the tender whispers she was accustomed to sharing when he was by her side. "It's drizzling today, dear. You always loved ginger tea, didn't you?" she'd write. "I just saw a tiny sparrow perched on the windowsill. It was chirping just like you used to whistle. I miss your whistling so much." These words, though unanswered, brought a strange comfort, making her feel as if he was still there, still listening. No one read these pages. No one knew the rich inner world she was slowly constructing on each sheet. The journal became a safe haven for her deepest emotions. The more she wrote, the lighter Margaret felt. Thoughts and feelings that had been bottled up, unspoken sorrows, and the profoundest loneliness were now freely released onto the paper. She confronted them, embraced them. She wrote about the emptiness in her home, the void left by absent voices, the quiet ache of no longer having a daily confidant. But then, a beautiful shift began. After pouring out her heart, she started noticing the tiny wonders around her, things she might have overlooked in her grief. She wrote about the golden sunlight streaming through the window, warming her room and her soul. She wrote about the gentle aroma of her morning chamomile tea, the neighbor's cat meowing for attention whenever she went into the garden, or the comforting smell of freshly baked bread wafting from the bakery down the street. These simple, everyday details suddenly felt luminous and precious. She carefully documented these small moments of joy, of serene peace. Nobody told her whether this was right or wrong. But after about a month, she noticed something profound had changed. She started waking up earlier, no longer wanting to linger in the quiet sorrow of her dreams. She felt more energized. Her kitchen buzzed with activity again. She cooked, not just for herself, but sometimes a little extra to share with her lonely neighbor. She even began calling her daughter more often, not just quick check-ins, but genuine conversations about the blooming flowers in her garden or a book she'd just finished. And then, one crisp autumn morning, as she watered the vibrant yellow chrysanthemums on her porch, the dew still clinging to their petals, she suddenly chuckled. It was a small, soft laugh, unforced, but it was the first genuine laugh she had let out in years. It wasn't just a sound. It was a glimmer in her eyes, a reflection of the peace and joy that had been lost and was now, miraculously, rediscovered. Journaling isn't just a way to express yourself. It's a scientifically recognized therapeutic practice, particularly beneficial for older adults. Reduces anxiety and depression. Research from the University of Texas, pioneered by psychologist James W. Pennybaker, shows that expressive writing for 15 to 20 minutes daily, 3 to 5 times a week, can significantly reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression in as little as 4 weeks. This process helps individuals process and organize complex emotions, turning inner turmoil into a structured narrative. Improves memory and brain function. According to the American Psychiatric Association, APA, the act of writing by hand activates the hippocampus, the brain's memory center. This regular stimulation can help slow cognitive decline in older adults, keeping the brain active and agile, much like exercise for the mind. Boosts positive emotions. A simple yet powerful practice is to write down 3 things you are grateful for each day. This can significantly increase dopamine levels, a neurotransmitter that creates feelings of pleasure, motivation, and reward. Focusing on positivity retrains the brain to seek out and appreciate more good things in life, fostering an optimistic outlook. Lowers blood pressure. Benefits heart health. A 2020 study from the University of Auckland, New Zealand, found that older adults who regularly engaged in positive journaling experienced an average 4 to 6 unit reduction in blood pressure compared to non-journaling groups. This suggests that writing helps release stress, lower cortisol levels, and in turn, reduces strain on the cardiovascular system. How to start? It's simpler than you think to begin this transformative habit. Prepare a notebook and pen. Keep them by your bedside or in an easily accessible spot. Write 3 to 5 lines each morning. Jot down what's on your mind, something you're grateful for, or a positive thought from the day before. Don't overthink it. Maintain for at least 21 days. This consistency helps form a healthy, lasting habit. Margaret didn't change the world, but she did something profoundly beautiful. She found her own smile again, a smile she thought was lost forever. Her story is a testament that you are never too old to start anew. Whether you're 60, 70, or 80, as long as you write, you are living. You are healing. You are learning to love yourself again. The journal isn't just pages. It's a mirror to the soul, helping you reconnect with your inner self. If this story has touched your heart, if it has given you a glimmer of hope, something small yet powerful enough to shift your spirit, please share it with a friend, a loved one. Perhaps they, too, are in need of such a gentle whisper. The Peace Age channel will continue to bring you healing stories, gentle advice, and health insights specifically for seniors. Subscribe now, and let's nurture an aging journey that is peaceful, profound, and truly inspiring.